Oh, hello, YouTube. YouTube now, friends. I'm gonna pop off this Manny because my index finger chipped, even though I just did it yesterday. So let's get it off. And we're gonna do a Manny today for tomorrow's Instagram collab happening. The Together We Manny collab is tomorrow, so we do post tomorrow. And this month is St. Patrick's Day theme. So we're going to do some glitter ombre. We're going to use 3 different dips today. 2 from Crival Nails and 1 from Sparkling Company.
Oh, in the budding case, that won't be worth anything now that his wife or son's been murdered.
I'm listening to closing arguments and the murder trial, but they're on some type of a break right now. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see if I can pull up the live. Here we go. I just got to get comments. Give me a second. Oh, messages. Okay. Hey, Chastity. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I still gotta pop this off, but have you been following this Murdaugh trial? They're doing closing arguments. The defense is doing theirs. The prosecution did theirs yesterday. He's just like, none of his, he lied so much, and his reasons for lying don't even make sense. This guy acted like he was a cop. He had blue lights installed in his personal vehicle. He was a district attorney. He wasn't an officer of the law. And he had a badge, like an honorary badge that was his grandfather's. And he would like wave that around at people like he was the law enforcement, you know? That's just one of many things. Hey, Mallory. I'm popping off my Revel Manny from yesterday because my index finger, the nail chipped. This had like a dark base too, the glitter. Mallory, I sent out your stuff. The Revel dips. All right. Hopefully all of them come off easy. How are you guys today? So Allison's looking like she's making some progress. Chastity. That's awesome. Are you doing your nails today, Chastity? Because tomorrow is Together We Manny, St. Patrick's Day themed, if you want to participate.
Theory of the case. If you don't accept that.
Oh, guess what, Chastity? Mallory just became the newest ambassador at Luxie Nail. You too busy for all that? The only reason you know about the local shooting was because Mom told me. Now it's all over my face. Oh, yeah, I hear ya. I'm home all day, so, and Mallory is too, so we can we get caught up in it. But I missed so much of it during the live that I got to go back and watch it. Like, I spent all weekend watching parts of some of it was stuff I had already seen. I just like rewatched it because it's just so it's entertaining and fascinating to me. I think I got to take out my e-file for these. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're talking about the juror, Mallory. So they removed a juror this morning. What are they saying, Mal? Did you figure out why? Okay, I gotta change the bit in my e-file. That's tight. What's going on? This happened before. Oh, there we go.
They had to agree with the court because you could not, because she talked to three people, but they really didn't want her off the jury. It sounded to me like she may have been talking.
You doing your nails today, Chastity?
Defense, and if that's the case, can you read the rest of the jurors? That's the word on the street.
All right, let's turn this on. I keep it in forward motion because I'm holding it in my left hand. This Manny that I'm removing here was a Manny twin with Tara. You guys know Tara, the Dippy Raven. These are February's Revelist Club dips. The green that I'm removing off my pinky right now is a thermal that changes to a lighter green. My hands are really cold right now. And then this glitter is like, it has a dark acrylic base, either like a dark gray or something. That's my guess. But then it has these really bright glitters. It's not like my all-time favorite glitter. This is not my all-time favorite duo. I don't think the shade of green is like flattering on me, so it kind of just like it's blah to me. And the glitter, it's okay. It's fun. It's unique, so I like that part of it. I'm not big on the lime green glitters, but I like the blue and the pink and the dark base, so it's all right. Oh, I didn't do that now though. It's funny if you look at Tara's post, she's like, I first saw this duo in a post and I thought, ew. Oh, you didn't find out yet, Mallory? Chastity, you are doing your nails today? Do you want to do Together with Manny tomorrow? Participate in it. So many people take part. It's fun. Just do a St. Patrick's Day, Manny. You love green. You got this. So I'm going to use a rainbow glitter. It's like a small glitter mix from Sparkling Company called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And then I'm also going to use a chunky green glitter from Crival called Shamrock. And then a green solid, but it's a lighter shade of green than Shamrock. And that's called Carnival Costume. I didn't want the same, like a dark shade of green because Shamrock it's gorgeous, by the way, Shamrock. Look how pretty. It's shifty, you know. Ooh, I spilled a little. So very, very pretty. So I didn't want a green that was darker than that. Well, darker wouldn't have necessarily been bad, but I didn't want anything the same shade. I wanted, a little bit of contrast or whatever. So I picked a lighter green. This week has gone by so fast for me because I overslept Monday, right? So Dominic didn't go to school. And then Tuesday, we got snow, so there was no school Tuesday. It was a snow day, and Nick stayed home. So it's been a short week, This nail is actually cracked right here, you guys. Do you think it matters right there? It's not like horrible. I dipped over it yesterday, but I was like, should I replace this tip? I mean, I could put a thin layer of builder gel over it, I guess, right? We're going to take a break right now, right, my producer Christina? Yes, we are. We're taking a break. See you on the other side. We'll be back. So I'm watching this, Mallory, the trial on the Law and Crime Network, and they were talking about the juror who got dismissed, but I didn't hear the reason why because I was talking. I have not heard from Kendra at all today yet. I wonder what's up with that. All right, court's coming back. Gotta try and get this out. There we go. There's some dip over here, but I got it.
Bring them in.
Get that too. All right. Mallory, do you like the judge? In the trial? What do you think of him? I like him. I do think he's favoring the state over the defense, you know, like the way a lot of his calls have gone. Like with objections and stuff. How are the kids? Mallory, Chastity.
Thank you. You may continue.
There you are, Kendra. I was just saying, I haven't heard from you yet today. Where were you this morning? Are you doing Together We Manny?
Yesterday in
You better
Mr.
be.
Waters' closing argument, he said that the evidence established.
Oh my
the
God,
Colin
this one
Maggie was
though.
murdered with
I might have
family
to file it
guns.
some more to get it off.
That perhaps is his view of the evidence, but that's not a fact. In fact, the state's ballistic expert testified
Yeah, all right.
that the 12 gauge shot shells that you found in the feed room were fired by the same shotgun. That the shot shells, the things that rolled under the door,
I'm going to try on
fired
the
by the
other
same
side
gun.
where the solid is.
That's all he testified to is the shotgun. Now they have
I think I got to reverse it to do it on the other side though. Let's see.
So
Yeah, I
we don't know
do.
what shotgun was used. It could have been a shotgun bought at Walmart that afternoon. It could have been
Mind frame, see, I'm
shotgun.
it's a weird angle for me the way I'm holding my finger here, but just want to get that dip. Ooh. All right, get that dip off my
You really need an expert for that, but that's what
the side of my nail here.
With regard to the 300,
I'm going really slow. I'm not making much progress at this angle. I'll get it though.
Ombré testified that the cartridges found at the crime scene, and Maggie was shot with 300 blackout. That those that the tool marks, they're called tool marks, that the extractor and ejector marks from the cartridges found at the crime scene match extractor and ejector tool marks.
I got a little tiny bit of the dip off. Let's see if I can get through it. Yeah, all right, good enough.
Excuse me, shooting range. And what he didn't say was
That was
that
tough.
the firing pin breaches that cartridge, which is one of the most reliable indications. It did not match. No match. And he also
Doing laundry, but
did
I'm
not
trying to get
compare
Timmy out the
projectiles.
door.
There wasn't a projectile
It's
found.
St. Patrick's Day.
That's the bullet. That's the bullet thing. It goes. It went in the-
Oh, okay. Okay, Mallory, you're listening to it through my live.
The dog house. It was found in the dog bed. So they have that. And what they did not do is take that projectile and dig projectiles out of the berm where the shooting range was.
So the mani I'm gonna do today was inspired by a manicure from Nail Date with Alma. I love her manis. But I'm gonna do it a little differently. Originally I was gonna do like the same design, but then I was like, let's try and like put my own spin on it a little, you know. So I changed it up.
Somewhat soft science, come under criticism.
Sorry, I have some dip that's stuck here. I might have to file it or use my e-file to get
Relies
it.
upon it. That's what they did here, but it's not.
It's that dark
It's not gospel.
base from that Revel dip.
Another thing about the 300 blackout, he
Okay.
in his closing, Mr. Waters repeatedly said,
This guy better be found guilty.
"Hey, Alec bought it."
I thought that the prosecution did a good job during closing arguments. Did anybody hear? I know you didn't, Chastity, but Kendra, did you see any of the closing arguments from the prosecution yesterday?
The replacement three-in blackout, which frankly, no one had seen Paul with it in quite some time, except Will Loving on one occasion in sometime in March. It was Paul's gun. It wasn't Alex's gun. Paul's gun.
All right. I'm sorry that once again I'm not prepped.
Reenacted a shooting scenario, if you would call it. I'll do my best, but he stands up here and he says, Alex shoots Paul in the chest one time. And
There we go.
times out a million, that person is dead. He puts the shotgun down and he has a 300 blackout right here because he is so smart and so diabolical that
All right, these are pretty good. Nobody answered me about the crack in my jelly tip, you guys.
But his son was one in a million, he said.
It should be all right though if I just dip right over it, right? It's not like cracked.
And shoot Paul.
It's a little cracked. Can you see it in the thumb? It's near the tip on this side. I'm not sure if you guys can see it.
It doesn't.
You thinking hung jury since the case is lacking a strong motive? Well, it's just St. Patrick's theme, so I'm using green and a rainbow glitter. A green solid, a green glitter, chunky glitter, and then a small rainbow glitter.
To come up with the Alex State
But yeah,
two-shooter theory?
so 2 Crival dips and Sparkle and Company.
Two-shooters.
I have the name of, like, yeah, how we always post with the hashtag Together We Manny, but there's always like a little theme or whatever you can post with it, like a little blurb or catchphrase or whatever. I can't think of what it is offhand, but I have it, and I did send the graphic, I think, to the chat so you can find it there. But if it, I'll let you guys know what it is if you need to know. I have so much dry, dead skin under these nails, but at least they don't hurt anymore. Ooh, there's still dip on this one.
Sort of left it there for you to then take it and run with it as if.
All right, let me just clean the shape really quick here.
Must have found Alec using drugs. There must have been a confrontation down there at the kennel, and that must have been what happened.
I'm using the 180 Crival file that has the sponge file on one side. But I'm using the sandpaper side because the sponge side has give, you know, you can press into it, where this is much firmer. Or more firm anyway.
Learn the source of drugs that were being sold to his dad. What if Paul, the detective, goes to that drug source? Says, cut it out. It's my dad. You're ruining my family. And if you don't, I'm going to tell on you, turn you in. And what if source is a member of the dangerous drug gang?
Okay.
Well, the point is, there's no more evidence to support it, and there was no.
All right,
evidence.
those look good. As far as
out to you.
Shape goes.
You can think up many equally plausible.
So I'll just put some peel base on now here.
Facts that the state
And we can get going on the Manny.
not theory,
How are you today, Kendra?
not inferences, not speculation.
Yeah. Well,
but
I know it's not
hard
lacking a strong motive, but there's so much circumstantial evidence. Like, who else could it have been? It was such a short time frame. And like you said, who else would know that Maggie and Paul were going to be at the kennels by themselves at that time while Alec wasn't there for like those few minutes, you know what I mean? And like it literally happened like a couple minutes after he left. And if he was driving back to the house in the golf cart, how I would venture to guess that he may not have even been back at the house by the time those gunshots would have happened if it was somebody else, but it wasn't, you know. Of course it was him.
That happens. People misremember things.
And then when you look at how
we point out inconsistent fact, that doesn't mean we're saying someone lied.
when he got confronted again over the stolen money or whatever, and he was forced to resign from his job, that was the day that he said he was shot in the head. You know, he always pulls these stunts when he's about to get caught to distract or whatever, you know, to gain sympathy, because he's never been held accountable his entire life. He's always been bailed out, same as his kids. He's done the same for his kids.
We have cell phone records, we got FBI records, we got a phone bill, we got.
Hi, Janet. You doing Together We Manage, Janet? It's tomorrow. And I hope you guys will all participate in the Luxie Nail collab on March 10th.
Absolutely not.
If you don't have a dip, I'll send you something, okay? So you guys, but I want you guys, if you don't have anything else to do, you know, and if it's possible, I want you guys to participate. All right, let's get going on Peel Base.
At Almeida.
Same one I've been using this week. Black Dahlia lacquer, yin yang scented.
And then Maggie knew it. We got Maggie's text to Blanca, I think, in the day saying they're putting Mr. Randolph back in the hospital. You know, they're scared for everybody and hope Alec doesn't go down to the hospital. Well,
and he lies about everything. He even lied to his lawyers about being at the kennels. You know what I mean? He only finally admitted when everybody on the stand, during this trial, was when he told everybody, when he admitted it. He lied to his family about it. Why would you lie about that?
And we got FBI cell phone.
And he also says he doesn't remember what he said to Maggie and Paul when he left the kennel, supposedly, to go back to the house. He doesn't remember. Those would have been his last words to them. You're telling me you're not going to remember that? Trust me. I had a boyfriend who died, and I remember my last words to him. You don't forget that kind of stuff.
On the morning of June 16th. And Barbara Mixon came in and told you that she relieves Shelley. Shelley works all night, leaves, and goes to work at the school district. Barbara Ann comes in at 8 o'clock.
So I think they can infer circumstantial evidence is just as good as direct evidence. And I don't even think a motive needs to be proven. You know what I mean? Sometimes people do things for no reason at all. But I think he did it to make the boat case go away, but for financial reasons. There was money involved in it, you know. The house, the hunting lodge or whatever, Moselle was in Maggie's name, and it's since been sold. Once there was property he was wanting to sell, you know. And I'm not saying she didn't want to. I don't know if that ever came out, but he sold it right after she died.
I was here.
And in the days after their deaths, you know what he was doing? Getting his friend to loan him money and getting his friend to email his law firm saying that everything was okay. That's what he was doing. He wasn't out looking for a killer or offering a reward or out all over the news. No.
Oh, he's hurrying to get over there. He's hurrying to get over there to compress.
Sorry, I didn't mean to rant. You don't have any what, Chastity? Luxie? All right, I'll send you something. What do you want?
Fair enough argument. I understand.
Something I have a mini of. I have an ounce of Lola, which is like, it's a clear based floral dip with foils. It's very beautiful, but I don't know how you feel about those types of dips. But I have a lot of Luxie, so
I guess before you had All-Star data,
maybe like look on the website and pick something out, or if there's any of the new releases that came out, I'd be happy to share one of those with you from the latest releases. If you want to go to the Luxie Nail Instagram page or something and look at the last few new releases, see if anything like any of those. Okay. All right. Well, why don't you go to the Instagram page and look at like the last few new releases.
Another small point.
I'm willing
He
to
said
share
it's
anything
highlight
with
the
you
material
as long as
was-
it's a mini and not a sample, but most of them are mini. So
But what we've learned in this case is
anything you want, girl.
things aren't always as they seem. They thought they had blood on the shirt.
Yes, the new greens are amazing.
Uh,
If you look at my pinned post where I have the green glitters all over the nail and it kind of looks studded, that green solid, that's one of the new ones. Then there's a light green shamrock shake green solid that came out.
And everyone who knows Maggie would know that's what she would do. We're not disputing that would be her. That would be her mother instinct. And did that probably happen?
Yeah, I heard something that there was a text about a woman, and he said like he didn't know what he was doing. He was just like so numb, like he was just, you know, that's where his excuse was.
Cell phone backlight turning on. And I don't have an outlet. But
Let's watch these dips because I haven't done them yet. The two greens I'm gonna use. I showed you guys my Color My World dips order yesterday, right? The dips I got. I think I did, right? I got a floral. It's really pretty. It's blue and pink dried flowers. It's called Sweet Tart or Sweet Tart.
It's important because
That it doesn't look like a lot in there, but I think it has foils or something too. It's super pretty. So I'm excited for that. And then I got two more of the jelly dips. I already had the pink one. They're like glitter jellies. I got the blue one. So this one's called acai. Is that how you say it? Acai. I don't know how to say it. Jelly. And it's blue, but it's got pink shimmers in the glitter. So it's really, really pretty. I loved that one. I saw one of the ambassadors wearing it. And I was like, oh my God, I need that. And then I got the grape jelly one too, of course. And this has purple shimmer, purple glitter. Pink. I'm sorry, not purple. So it's purple with pink, like shimmery glitters. Super gorgeous. I haven't swatched these yet either. Hi, Patty. Good morning. Did you call a doctor or anything? Patty's not feeling any better, guys. She's feeling worse. I hope it doesn't develop into like pneumonia or something, but it doesn't sound like it is. I'm just waiting for my peel base to dry. We're going to do a Crival Manny. Crival, and one dip is Sparkling Company, and it's with Tomorrow's Together We Manny, and it's St. Patrick's Day themed, you guys. So you post with the hashtag Together We Manny, and there is like a little catchphrase. I'll let you guys know what it is after the live. I'll send it to you. The graphic again. It's something. It might have leprechaun or lucky in it. I forget. But let's swatch these two dips, and then I'll show you somewhere over the rainbow from Sparkling Company is the rainbow glitter I'm going to use too in this Manny. I do have it swatched, but I didn't pull it out. So it's just a small and fine glitter mix of a bunch of different colors. It's super pretty. I really like this dip. I've used it before, like in June for Pride Mannies, but it works great too for St. Patrick's Day. And then this gorgeous glitter is Shamrock from Crival. It's shifty. It's got some blue flashbacks for sure. Hints of blue in there, and then golds as well, I see. And then Carnival Costume is a green solid. So let's swatch the glitter first.
And Ellis supports everything that he had said from the day he had that interview, or a couple of days. You get the All-Star data, you get GPS data.
I just got to label these swatch sticks really quick. Guys, my nails are so long that when I write, my fingernails dig into my hand. I have to find a different way to like pose my hand. Hold my hand or something. That's not bad right now with this. Oh, look at my swatch stick. It's like wonky. See it?
So, oh yeah. The last one was about me.
So I got the TV up a little
Mr.
bit
Walker
just
says,
so if you guys want to hear what's going on, this is the defense closing arguments.
He references some things I said in the HBO.
So
interview.
Carnival costume is a Mardi Gras release, and Shamrock is St.
It
Patrick's
was
Day
HBO special. I am
release. You can save Archival if she's not having a sale. You can use my code Tara15.
2022.
All right, so we're gonna do Shamrock first. Super pretty glitter. I love it.
But he wants you to think that. I don't know why.
I'm gonna
That was
use
a little bit
dip liquids to swatch. Different color my world, of course.
We object. So you what?
We object.
I was not being interviewed.
What?
Not being interviewed in November 2022. Not.
Okay. Don't forget too, Alec Murdaugh is a trial lawyer. He has given emotional closing arguments, you know what I mean? He knows how to gain a jury's sympathy, how to play to a jury. And he's totally done that in this case. He's a good actor. He's been acting for 10 years, lying to his friends, his family, his co-workers, you know, his law partners, everybody, stealing from them.
Why now how?
His life has been one giant fraud.
But this is the wrong question.
And it was all coming to a head, and I fully believe that.
Because the question that
Yeah,
you
Patty.
ask with answering is, has the state presented
Oh, hi, Tara. I didn't know you were here.
that proves beyond a reasonable doubt showing that Alec butchered Maggie and Paul without leaving a trace of evidence, all within a matter of minutes?
Yeah, like, I mean, he seemed upset. He was looking at horrible pictures and stuff. Are you talking about in court?
Present evidence of that. Proof beyond a reasonable doubt. He was able to.
I'm not saying he didn't love them, but in that moment, and yeah, using opiates, but that's still not an excuse, you know?
Who knows how much? Whatever. Disappeared.
In his desperation, I think, yeah, he did it.
Not leaving a trace. Of course they haven't. A reasonable doubt is doubt that causes a reasonable person to hesitate on the most important decision.
I wish I was on that jury, man.
And here,
So pretty.
there's no direct evidence of.
So that was just pouring over. That's good coverage for a glitter dip, you know, but there's lots of different sizes. It is a chunky glitter mix, but there's a lot of fine and small glitters in there. So that's why the coverage is so nice. Let's lay flat now for the second layer, though.
Trying to weave this story.
So these are the swatch sticks, you guys, that I got off of Shein that are a little smaller than the ones I get from Amazon, the stiletto ones. But I don't mind them. I mean, the quality is fine. They're not like flimsy or anything. They come in a bag with a ring, you know, a swatch ring.
It has to do to be as good as direct evidence.
I also ordered some lint-free wipes from them, but I don't know what I was thinking. Like my last package I got off of Amazon, it was a package of 1,000, and this is only a package of 200. I don't know what the price difference was. I'm sure my package of 1,000 was around $10. That's probably what I paid, and maybe this one was a couple bucks, you know.
Proof is failed. Circumstantial evidence. So what are the circumstances?
Exactly, Kendra. Yep, that's another thing too. Yeah, he'll be shaking his head yes when he's saying no. And yeah, any body language expert, and we're not even body language experts, and we know what that means.
Phone lock for the last time at 8:50 and for 8:49.
All right, I'm just trying to press these little glitters flat. These glitters have like these horizontal stripes in them, I think, that I see. Yeah, I can see them.
And
it gives it orientation change. But then when you look straight on, you don't see them. But when you look at them at an angle, you can see them.
But when the phone goes from landscape to
pretty cool. Like Hypnotic Nails, one of the dips in the Winter Fairy collection that she released, you know, that blue and purple collection that's just so gorgeous, right? That one. There's a purple chunky glitter mix in there, and the purple chunky glitters in it they're metallic-y, so they're shiny, but they're holographic too. There's a holographic pattern on them.
Now, they want to say, well, he
Like
lied
there's
about
an
his
actual
stuff
like
in his
pattern
book.
in the on the
Talk about
glitter.
what evidence they have.
So I haven't used that dip yet, but I can't wait to. I'm just trying to figure out what to use it with, or maybe I just use it alone.
Establish the time of death here.
All right, this is so pretty. Look at how gorgeous that is.
Solely on cell phone use. And
So this is called Shamrock
using
from
the phone,
Cribel, you
not
guys.
using the phone doesn't dictate or define whether you're dead or alive. I mean,
I'm gonna use the same liner for
this courtroom
costume
does not have
call,
a phone
the
down.
solid.
Under the state's theories I mentioned before, you know, if they
Patty,
die,
are you paying
while
attention
they're
to
not
the
using their
Murdaugh
phone,
trial?
then they're dead the moment they stop using their phone. That's what
Actually, they pronounce their last name Murdoch,
Um,
even though it's
there are a
spelled,
number of reasons
it ends with
Paul
an A-U-G-H,
would
like
stop using
ah,
his phone.
but that's how they pronounce. And
First,
his name's Richard Alexander, but he goes by Alec, which
so I got two
I didn't
testimonial
even know was
reports, one
short
from
for
Rogan,
Alexander.
Rogan gets to the people, quickly, Doug. This is Rogan testifying about Paul's phone.
Okay. What's a glitter? A couple glitters on my brush. Get them off.
You asked a little bit about Paul's cell phone usage. He was on a lot. He was on a lot, yeah. And
The screen looks similar to the shade of green that's on my hand right now.
What is the objection?
The Hypnotic Nails Manny with the gold foils here, right?
The legal basis for this
Similar shade of green.
clip from the live.
Actually, that my brush was green. A little green. I probably shouldn't have put it in there, but I did.
It's the voice, my voice asking Rogan.
How many weeks?
6 weeks.
So you're not going to replay the trial.
It's a clip of a few seconds.
And you gotta wonder why he called the last person Paul talked to, Paul's good friend Rogan, his best friend Rogan. That's who Paul sent that FaceTime video to, that Snapchat video or whatever, right?
Rogan said that when Paul's phone.
Not only that, from the time he pulled up to the kennels until he called 911 was 17 seconds, which to me doesn't seem like enough time to get out and see two bodies, see both of them, and call 911, because the first thing he said was his wife and son were shot badly, right? So he knew that.
You did? I want objections.
If he had checked on both of them, it's not like they were next to each other. They weren't.
Paul's cell phone usage, he was on a lot. He was on a lot, yeah. And
All right.
and did it battery get down low pretty regularly?
I'm not going to top coat these right now, because I think my nails are probably dry. They are. So we'll start dipping. But, and then, like I said, the rainbow glitter, right? So this is my plan, you guys. I'm going to do the green solid on my thumb. And then my index is going to be the green solid as well, with the glitter ombre at the cuticle with this chunky green glitter. My middle nail is going to be a full green glitter now. My ring finger is going to be a full rainbow glitter now. And then my pinky is going to be this green with the rainbow glitter ombre at the cuticle. So that's how I'm going to do it. And this is inspired by Nail Date with Alma, like I mentioned before. Similar to a Manny she did. I already have a mess here, and I haven't even started. Let's definitely begin with the solid. I don't know why I threw away my cupcake liner. Taking it back out. All right, hold on. I'm missing comment. Oh, you only know about it through me, Patty?
Testified that when Paul would work, he would put the phone down, forget where it was at times, and then it was pretty common for him to put the phone down at the kennel so he wouldn't get it wet. And
my vape's whistling because I got the airflow closed a little bit, a little more than halfway. Makes a little whistling sound.
And then it was used and put back, and we know from the video And you can see it again.
So because we're going to be ombreing, I've already gotten out some ombre brushes. I have the Crival Nails 2-in-1 precision tool, right, with the wax tip, which we may need to hand place some of those chunky glitters. We'll see.
And I'm gonna,
I am going to stir this, even though I poured it out already. I've been glued to it, Patty. I've been even neglecting all my usual daily political news shows that I watch. But I got to tell you, thanks to Bernie Sanders, I don't know if it's Pfizer or Eli Lilly, but whoever makes insulin came out and said that they're not going to raise the price and that they're going to cap it at $35 a month per person if you have private insurance, which is still not good. Somebody who lives in Canada commented, was like, I don't know how you guys think that's a good deal, paying $35 for one medication. They're like, we pay $0, you know. And they live longer than us. They have better health outcomes. Our health outcomes are worse. While other countries are getting better, ours are getting worse. We're living less while other countries' life expectancies are increasing. Ours are going down now. I mean, they were going up for a long time, but they've been going down for several years. And that's not just due to COVID. It's due to the effed up healthcare system and the inability of people who are even in people who have insurance still can't even afford their medicines or to see a specialist or a doctor, you know. It's horrible. That's why we need universal health care. I would rather pay a little more in taxes. We'll all save money in the long run. Think about hospital, like having a baby, what's it, like over $60,000 in the United States?
Those dog runs and put the dog beds on top.
I'm going to have to clean this.
Put the hose away.
Oh, I'm using green, so I guess it doesn't matter, but I will have to clean this brush later. Anyway, it's Bernie Sanders is he is the chair of the Senate Budget Finance Committee, and he's made it clear that he was going after pharma over their prices, and they backed down before he did anything. I mean, he's been calling them out, you know, publicly, but they backed down. So thank you, Bernie. Yeah, see what I mean? Chastity, that's ridiculous, right? I have so many outstanding medical bills, and now they can use that in your credit history. That shouldn't be allowed either. I mean, medical care is life or death, you know. And I'll tell you, the people in our country whose life expectancies are going down are not the elites. They're not the top 1%. It's the working people, you know.
For time of death, the coroner said he did the armpit test, which is no test at all. It's just a guesstimate.
Kind of made a mess applying this, but that's all right.
About Maggie's phone.
I'll clean it up during filing. All right. So I already fucked up.
This is Maggie's phone timeline that we.
Oh no, that is green. Okay.
And this is.
Thank God. All right, I gotta pay attention, you guys. All right, so pinky is gonna be green with the rainbow ombre, and then index and thumb are gonna be the green solid too. Phew, that was a close one.
Okay, go to the next one. 849.28, backlight off. Go to the next one. 849.31.
We won't watch any of the trial. 100,000 watt tower for a baby.
853.
Other countries pay $0, and you know what? They get maternity and paternity leave.
53.12, orientation to portrait stars. 853.15, phone begins logging.
They all have free college, you know what I mean? They're happier than we are, you know.
There's a sewer usage, and that testimony is you get that by squeezing the button.
I mean, you can't blame us for being fucking
53:24,
miserable. Look what,
orientation portrait completes.
look how
It switches.
life is
Then
now.
53:28,
Like over
goes
the
off.
last, I don't know, I think
Next,
since
backlight goes
Reagan
on.
or whatever, but I
Backlight
mean,
goes
it
off
definitely, there was a huge transfer of wealth under
Goes on
Trump
again.
with his tax cuts for
going.
the rich too.
And then
But
8:54:34,
$50 trillion has been transferred from the working class to the top 1%.
There was a question as to
over
whether that
these
could be
years.
from facial
That's $50
recognition.
trillion that
And,
should have went to the
And
working,
Lieutenant Dawes
the
said that
everyday American, and is now in their
information
pockets.
resides in
And
the
that's
IRC
all
database, but he
through
did not look for it.
tax
My
cuts and
discovery
everything,
service
you
went
know.
to look for it, found it, and came and told
And
me
then
that was not a
there's
facial
other things
recognition
I think that
myth.
also contribute to it,
Intentionally
but
activating
like
phone
how much
only for one
CEOs pays
second.
have increased like 400%,
Camera usage
whereas the
is,
workers has what
Go to the next
decreased, I think. When you account for inflation, it has decreased.
54:24, it
The
is.
worker makes less now than they did
And then
50
8:55.
years ago.
So the point is, there's a lot going on with Maggie's phone at 8:50, around 8:55.
But we're
going.
way more productive.
Keep going. And then
They're like
9:03,
robbing us.
The backlight goes off. And at 9:04, there's a missed call from Alex. And at 9:04,
That's crazy. I remember you
Backlight's off.
saying that,
and
Chastity,
9:04,
about Allison
41, the
and
missed
her
call from
medical
Alex ends.
expenses.
So let's back up to. Let's go to 9:4:23. Missed call from Alex. Okay. And this was the testimony on 9:04:23, and it's important.
We will
Alex
eventually have Medicare
calls
for
Maggie.
all. It's just how much longer are we going to allow the
That happens.
insurance companies
You
to
Um,
get away with
her
extorting
backlight
us,
was
you know?
on. Go back one more.
They're the unneeded middlemen in this. We don't
The
need
backlight
them.
was on at 9:03:52. At 9:04,
We all have the
That's
same
false
card,
alarm
and
start.
every doctor and every hospital and every
9:04:23,
pharmacy
and
takes it.
instantaneously,
You know?
the backlight goes off. Now you heard the testimony of that.
So
If
no
you-
out of network
someone
or any of that stuff you have to
on the
worry
side,
about, you
stop
know what I
the
mean?
Now,
Everything's covered.
now was that done by Maggie?
You get
Because
zero bills. You know, you might have a
she was
copay
on
on
the
your
other side
prescription.
of
Like,
the
I think
workshop
Bernie
where
wanted
she
it to
was
be a $2
drugs that
copay.
we heard about that were never really analyzed, and that she didn't want any noise coming through, or was that some bad
But they
guy,
make so much money off
bad
of us,
person,
not
as
just with
Maggie's
our
phone and
insurance
stops the
plans,
clock?
but off of drugs.
Something's
We have to
going
pay
on
the
with her
highest.
phone at 9:04.
We have the highest drug
Tell you
prices
that.
in the world by
And then
far.
at 9:04, the next one is missed call from Alex.
And that's
Williams.
because of our
9:05,
politicians, you know. There's
Um,
there's more
Backlight on,
more
9:06,
pharma lobbyists in
orientation
Washington
changes
D.C. than there are politicians. There's like
9:07,
4 or
call
6,
from
I can't
Alex,
remember the exact
to
number, but it's one of those
9:07:14,
lobbyists per one
and
congressperson in D.C.
9:06:52, keep going. And then at 9:07,
So you
phone-
gotta admire
the
Bernie
phone stopped.
being in government for 40 years and not selling out. That's gonna be hard to do, you know. They all sell out.
Now, one of the things that you heard in this case,
I'm
is,
sure they all come in not intending to, you know, with
that
ideals and
orientation
stuff,
change
but
was at 9:06.
Kirsten Sinema, who's like the worst Democrat besides Joe Manchin, they're Democrat in name only. They're actually Republicans, you know. She's the one who voted down the minimum wage increase when the national, when they were trying to raise the federal minimum wage. It was her vote that made it be a no.
So these are,
To increase the
Alex
federal
stepped
minimum
on his
wage to
phone and
$15 an hour. She voted it
time.
down.
and if you'll go
That's
to
your
entry-
senator,
if
Janet.
you look at entry 28,
Um,
if you'll pull that out. now.
Anyway, though, I forget where I was going with this. Oh yeah, but she when she came to Congress, she was for Medicare for all.
This is
She wanted
from
money out of
902
politics, you know. She wanted all
906:47.
these things. Now
And this is the time
she don't give a shit about her constituents.
In his argument said was
Okay, we're gonna do dip number 2. I have amazing coverage. This is full coverage already, just with one layer. I'm gonna lay flat. This is a nice green. I thought it was gonna be lighter than it is, but it's great.
That's fine. So that so here we see
Kendra, do you know what you're gonna? Did you pick out dips? Patty, are you gonna participate tomorrow in Together We Manny?
283 steps and what 208 meters. So I want you to first, and so they take the position that this is him scurrying around. But if you do the math, which we haven't done here on this document, but
Okay.
83 steps in 269 minutes, excuse me, 269 seconds.
This Manny is Hypnotic Nails colors. I say that it's sea and green, and then the nude is called NN32. That's the shade. Then I put some gold foils on it. I am twinning with Janet on this Manny. So we both are. Oops, I can't even talk. We both have already posted. So if you haven't seen those posts, be sure to check them out. And Janet's handle, FYI, is Fun Wit Dips. Fun Wit, no H. Wit.
According to the state's case. And if you look at the distance in meters of the last, when he gets, I guess, to the house at 7:55 to 8:55, he goes 203 meters before it stops registering.
Okay, we'll do a second layer on the thumb, and I'm only going to do 2 layers of the green because I'm going to be ombreing on most of these nails. Not the thumb, but the rest are going to have ombres on them.
One thing you will remember during this time period, between 902 and 906, and 906, Maggie's phone has an orientation change. Her phone.
St. Patrick's Day, Patty.
From here to here.
It's a St. Patrick's Day theme.
What her phone doesn't have, go to the second page.
So pretty easy.
What her phone doesn't have are steps. And Lieutenant Dove testified that, yeah, it doesn't look like anyone that her phone is moving at 906, but there's no steps being registered. Alec is walking from 902 to 906.
Okay, so we're done with this.
There's a reason that
I knew that it wasn't screwed on right.
Walking with Maggie's phone.
Okay. Let's do
That's the timeline data that I wanted to review with you.
we're gonna do the glitter nails next. I'm just trying to decide which one to do
Exhibit
first.
524. Defense Exhibit 524, please. I think it's.
All right, we'll do
it's
Shamrock.
524. I'm sorry. Do you have
That's the green one. This is gonna go on my middle nail.
You'll go to the.
I'm gonna
slide.
pour over though for the first layer, right? So let's do that.
No, sir. Not 38. Do you have the whole document or you don't? Oh, yeah, we'll drop that. Okay. Well, the
Tara, my
I
index
mentioned
finger
earlier,
chipped
it's
on the
stage
Revel
report
Manny.
524.
That's why I'm doing this hand again
It's in
today.
there that he goes by the spot at 908 where Maggie's phone was found, and there was testimony that he sped up.
This is a good mix of different size glitters for sure. Love it. I love the stripes in this.
He's not speeding up.
That's what I think helps to give it the color shift that I see, you know.
Whenever it was tossed.
Let's grab a plastic bag.
Then they
Oh, Patty, you're so tired.
slide that talks about
Any company, yep.
get over there and
Yep,
Steve
Together We
will
Manny
come.
is always any company. This is that monthly collab with the,
Mr. Waters was
if you remember.
that compressed the timeline. The faster it gets
It's
up,
hosted by, her handle is Bree Hearts
it's
Nails.
gone longer from
Her name's Bree.
Moselle, and it gives him a better alibi.
picked up a
Because
glitter.
you know
That's all right. We'll get it covered on the next layer, hopefully.
And so he's driving fast over to Alameda, according to their theory, and we graphed it out, and he's driving, passing some cars, and he is, he's a fast driver.
All right.
Okay, so they say, oh, he's compressing the timeline. Compressing the timeline, that's what they say. Compressing the timeline. But then they say, he drives fast on the way back. Why? He's driving the same speed over there, same speed back. There's no reason to compress the timeline coming back. I mean, you'd want to be driving slow as you can. Make it appear you've been going a lot longer.
Okay.
He drives the same speed from Moselle.
I'm listening to this about
Alameda, that's from Alameda back to Moselle. It takes him the same amount of time. He's not compressing any timeline at all. And what?
all right.
What's the most curious part about
Because I patted down with my finger and stuff, I ended up
this phone?
sorry, my finger's
Most curious
itchy.
about it is Alec has-
I don't think I'm on the BBB. I know I'm not. I'm not on a BBB until like April or something, I think.
Change the timeline.
I'm on collections though.
He calls her phone.
I'm also gonna ombre this glitter on the index now, so I guess we can do that now.
He text her.
And then I want to do a second layer.
to
Actually,
that
let's
text.
do the second layer of glitter on this finger, and then we'll ombre.
That she's still alive. If he is manufacturing a timeline by speeding,
Okay.
the easiest way to do it
I'm
is
going to lay flat this time.
talk on both phones, and he did it. This whole thing about using Maggie's phone, driving Maggie's phone, throwing Maggie's phone out it's such a stretch for them to come in and try to put her phone in his hand. And then you start thinking through, why would Alec take her phone and not Paul's phone? Let's start there. Why would Alec take her phone and not Paul's phone? That's the question I don't have an answer to.
So I'm going to let it sit for a minute before I press any glitters down, you know. I think I'll just clean it up and get any glitters off that are hanging off the nail or whatever.
And he had the keys
Take care of those, and then
to unlock or to do something with it.
then we can press them down.
And so why?
This is so pretty.
Why? And these are circumstances that have to be consistent with each other and have to point conclusively to the guilt of.
See if I can move some of these around, because like some chunkies, but they're kind of like piled together. See if I can spread them out a
raise more
little.
questions that we wouldn't have to be dealing with if they had just simply secured Maggie's phone in a Faraday bag on June the 8th when they got it. We wouldn't be here.
All right.
So we do know from the timeline that Alec left.
Yeah, let's press them down now. That should be good.
Were they killed before he left? I don't know the answer to that. But we do know that if he was in the house when the shots were made down at the kennel, that he would not have heard them. We had decibel testing from Mr. Sutton. Now they were angry with Mr. Sutton's angle test. They were not angry, but they challenged.
Looks good.
his
I have
conclusions
some
on a lot of things.
like hanging off the side. I'll get rid of that, but it looks good.
Didn't doubt that. Haven't challenged that. And so if he's in the house and shots are raining down at the kennel, he doesn't hear it. Now, they say that sometime after 8:44, and they peg it 8:48, 8:50, because that's when Paul last responded to a text from this friend of his. But they ignore the fact that it had to be cleaned up, and I think Buster testified.
It's so hard to get these little fine glitters on my skin. I keep going over and over it, but it's not coming off. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. All
let's take him at their theory at 8:50.
Have an itch some. Oh, it's on this finger. That's why.
having
Same
a
one.
Conversation
Same
talking about
spot.
is it a guinea or is it a chicken and Bubba.
I didn't take any
and-
Benadryl today, but I haven't used
So
gel in a
4 months
couple
later,
days. Few
Let's go
days.
ahead and kill my wife and my son because I got questioned at office
All right.
today by Gene Sayer. Okay, that's their case. Well, let's run with it and see where it takes us. Well, it takes us that he leaves the property at 9:07.
Still sticky.
So from the moment, so if he's got, you know, if it happens at 8:50, he's got 10. He's got 17
Okay,
minutes.
there we go. That's good. Let me brush it
17 minutes.
off.
He would have to be a magician to make all that evidence disappear. Have you
This
heard-
is a gorgeous
either,
green. Look how
Dr.
pretty.
Kinsey or Mr. Palmbach, Dr. Raymer, Dr. Kinsey, Mr. Palmbach, and Dr.
Oh, hi,
Dr.
Michelle.
Ray, the shear's covered with blood.
You're on the
all
March
fours. And that's
13th
what all that testimony was about.
BBB. So
It
that's
wasn't about trying to figure out who's got the right angles. The whole point of that
that must be that must be next Monday, right? Not this coming Monday, the following Monday, right?
is covered
Dominic's
in,
birthday is March 21st, you guys.
covered in blood, covered in
Michelle, are you doing Together We Manny tomorrow?
everything. Because the blowback
All right, I'm gonna do an ombre at the cuticle right here
under my version
with this
too,
glitter.
blowback meaning blood, biological material from killing Paul. So the shooter's covered in blood.
So I am gonna do a full layer of base coat though. That's how I like to do this kind of ombre. Right,
And
that because I want some of those glitters to fall down the nail.
there's not sufficient amount of time
Okay.
to clean all that up, make all that disappear. And then
All right, so I'm gonna start up here, you guys, right, and
follow your son
focus.
busking. Driving, just visit
I'm
your
barely
mother.
getting anything on the nail here. Let's try again.
Barbara mentioned earlier today and said your mother's agitated because your dad went back in the hospital and not want to check on her.
I think I should hold my finger up. I got some glitters that like went too far down the nail.
Does he
Hold
say,
on.
hey boss,
Just
I
a
just
couple,
delivered
but they're farther than
mom
I
a
wanted.
oh, you should see the damn mess. Are you kidding me? He calls Chris Wilson.
Okay.
Normal conversation. He calls his brother John Marvin.
I'm gonna tip my finger up, you guys. I think I know this by now, but sometimes I just don't think.
And he sits on his mom's down and he stays there 20 minutes, not 40 minutes or 22 minutes. I don't know. The records show what time. But the fact of the matter is, he's got no blood on him. He's acting normal as every day. He is the same old Alex.
I might hand place a
Their theory is
couple
he just
glitters, you know, chunky glitters.
the people he loved the most in this world blew him away.
Take this wooden cuticle stick, and there's just a couple fine glitters that are I want to get rid of down near the bottom here.
I'll talk a little bit about the angles that Mr. Sutton did, his reverse trajectories on the shots, and
Okay.
they.
All right, that looks good. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute, and then because that base is still wet, right? I could, well, maybe I'll pour over with some clear.
5.2, 5.4.
Let's see. I don't want to
The barrel of the gun has to be at that level to make the shot into the 12 pin.
ruin any clear.
We didn't take the measurements. Sled took the measurements. And so, yeah, could a 6'4" person get down to that level? Sure.
Okay, I just tapped off
Mr. Sutton
excess
said
over
that's
my
not
garbage,
shooting it.
my wastebasket
Could a
over
6'4"
here.
person get on there
And
with
I
it?
just put a little bit of clear down at the bottom of the nail under the glitter. It looks kind of weird because of where I scraped off some of the glitter at the bottom there. It's like streakiness, but that will disappear,
Thing here is there were two shoots.
you know, by the time the mani's done.
There's only two guns.
All right.
And as Mr. Palmbach said, one gun is high capacity.
Okay, let's brush
Only
this
10,
off.
20, 30 rounds. And if you're going down to execute somebody, One gun for now.
Okay, so that's what it looks like, but I definitely want to put
It's
some chunky glitters on there.
and
All right, what's Michelle say? I was planning to do Together with Manny, but I didn't finish my Manny, and I don't know if it's going to happen today or not. Yeah, no pressure. Well, don't, definitely don't put any pressure on yourself. I do that a lot to myself. I have to do another Manny later for Fairy Glamour.
Not our burden. It's their burden.
Yeah, maybe it will. Maybe you will find the time, or maybe you'll just, want to relax and de-stress and do them. You never know.
Those facts are just not consistent. Those facts are just not consistent.
Michelle, this is going to be a rainbow glitter nail, and then I'm going to ombre the rainbow glitter at the cuticle on the pinky.
Condition of Paul, Maggie.
All right, let's put a couple of those chunky glitters, like I said. So I'm going to put a little base on up here.
That it was so bad.
In a few spots, maybe.
And Alec.
Oh, I should have taken some Benadryl because my hands are itchy.
Me in the back of that, you can see me. Sitting there talking to Agent Owen and Agent Crawl. And he says it was
There's
so
some
bad.
green glitters on my towel here, so let me grab
Agent Crawl
those.
Misheard that and said, he said, I did him so bad. I think the evidence is everyone who's listened to it and everyone who knows what Alex was talking about around that time says that they did him so bad. And Agent Owen was in the car.
Do you want to do another one?
Oh, he actually said, I did him so bad. I think we can put that issue to rest, but that issue points to a bigger question. What would they be saying in this trial if that conversation?
All right, I think that's good. There's like 4 chunkies on there. We'll leave it like that.
We know Agent Croft will be saying,
I probably didn't show it very long, but this green glitter is gorgeous. I love it. And again, this is called Shamrock from Crival Nails, you guys. Shifty, not crazy shifty, but shifty, with hints of gold and also blue in it. Really pretty. I'm just going to dust this out and reuse this liner for the other glitter. And that's Somewhere Over the Rainbow from Sparkle and Company.
For Buster. You heard that. You heard that.
And this is a multicolor small and fine glitter mix. I'm going to do a full glitter nail here on the ring finger.
Roadside shooting in Labor Day weekend where he tried to arrange assisted suicide that he told officers.
I'm doing it my normal way with by pouring over for the first layer, and then we'll lay flat.
Buster because of that roadside shooting, because he knew who shot him.
There is a decent amount of acrylic in this, so I know it's not going to be a ton of glitter to land on the nail.
The reason he knows
like that.
There's nothing to worry about Buster because he knows he did it.
I used this glitter last year for Pride Manny. I actually think I got it on buy sell trade page.
Deputy McDowell in a body cam video that's in evidence captured Alec speaking to Buddy Hill about his concern about Buster's safety. And we can play that now, Doug? It's in evidence. I don't have the exhibit number.
It was a little sticky, so I just wanted to dip back in. All right, I'm going to brush it off, and then we'll lay flat for the second dip. Hopefully, I will have full coverage. I think I will. I'm going to shake this, to bring up the glitters. Let that clear acrylic sink down a little bit.
Can y'all get a police officer for my oldest son?
All right.
Buddy, can y'all get a police officer for my oldest son in Columbia? That's Buddy Hill, sheriff. And they want to come in here and tell you he wasn't concerned for Buster's safety? Once again, I'm grateful Colleton County Sheriff's Department had body cams. Now you know Alec was concerned. You know Alec
See,
had
now I have
police
full
officer for
coverage.
son and
Even
family,
after that,
trusted.
that's why I'm telling you guys, if you use glitters, pour over for the first layer and then just lay flat for the second, and it just gives you
I'm almost
thinner
done,
layers,
fellas.
but still
But
gives
I
you
do
full
wanna
coverage, right?
talk about Alec's misstatements about time.
Now, I'm not telling you you have to
Alex
do it
told,
this way, of course,
Deputy
but
Owen during the interviews
I do
that
think it makes things easier in the
Alec's
end
statements about time are
for
not lies.
filing
They're
and stuff.
just statements. And even, like I said, Deputy Owen says people make mistakes about all the, Agent Owen, they make mistakes about time all the time. And they do. Now,
I'm going to use
Mr.
this
Love is
bag
critical because
and
Alec
press
was wrong
down.
every time he gave a time estimate.
Because these are small glitters, they're pretty much laying flat anyway, but
Whether the time period is
can't hurt
inconsequential
to do
or
this.
consequential. He's wrong about it. And the
Okay.
and we had brought in, Alec had told deputies in an interview that he got home at 5 o'clock. That's not true. That he went to work that day at 8:30. That's not true. And that and so he is just wrong on times. But what was consistent whenever he had an interview, he said, "You get the records, and it will show what time I did this, what time I did that. It will all be in the records." And guess what? They are in the records. And the records show that his time estimate was wrong.
Okay, so there's the ring finger. So now we're just going to ombre up at the cuticle on the pinky with this glitter.
The statement to Deputy Green, he says, I've gone to my mom.
I'm going to switch out my ombre brush, so I'm using a different one.
45 minutes. And that I don't know. Frankly, don't know if that's wrong or not. He's talking to Deputy Green about 10:30.
Put base over the hole now again.
He left. He left at 9:07. But
I'm going to point my finger up this time.
Question about what he did when he got down to the scene, and he said he ran up to Paul and Maggie, and he left his phone, and he went back to get his phone, and then he's talking to the 911 operator, and you can hear it, and he says,
I got a lot of
he doesn't
acrylic, you guys.
and I don't think anyone should hold that against him.
I'll try and push the glitters that landed up a little bit.
Waters gets up here and says Maggie was running to her baby. Alec was running to his baby.
I might have to hand place some, I'm not sure.
And can you imagine what he saw? And is it evidence of guilt that he doesn't remember
I gotta figure out
what the sequencing was in that moment? Is that evidence?
I need the glitters at the top. I think I'll use this because this cuticle stick will pick up a bunch of glitters like in one go.
12-gauge shotgun.
So let's try that. I'm gonna
16-gauge shell.
place some dip up high here at the nail, at the top of the nail.
But he didn't know that night.
Get some base on my stick. Start picking up a bunch of these glitters.
And I'm not quite understanding what the state makes of this. Did he not go up to their bodies? Because the forensic evidence sure speaks to the contrary. What we have is Maggie's DNA all over his t-shirt. And you heard that from Agent Zapata. We have Paul's DNA on his t-shirt. How did he get Paul and Maggie's DNA on his t-shirt if he didn't touch them? If he brutally murdered them, hosed off down there next to their dead bodies, got in a golf cart butt naked, drove to the house, changed clothes, went over to his mom's, goes down, calls 911, then searches for Whaley restaurant menu and checking emails.
All right, it's looking pretty
Waiting for the
good.
police to show up.
Looking
They
better
did
anyway.
DNA on his body. Because it's on there. The forensic lab tells you that. Because he went up to them and touched them. And then there's a spot of blood on the Suburban steering wheel that was Maggie's. And we know that the Suburban was never down at the kennel thanks to the OnStar
All right.
information.
I think.
I'm not sure that was an accepted fact until OnStar sent their stuff in, but the Suburban never went down to the kennel until after he returned back from Moselle. So we know the blood got on the steering wheel after he checked Maggie like he said he did on the night.
All right, I think that's going to be
And there's
okay.
a spot of blood on the gun that he went to get. And then there's GSR. There's GSR. There's 3 particles of GSR in his shirt, 3 particles of GSR in his shorts, and 1 on his finger. And the SLED agent testified that's consistent with.
All right, I have like a
transferring
couple more I
GSR
gotta
to
place.
the-
Being picky, right? But I can make this ombre look better, so I want to.
So, but really, we're back to the lie. We are back to the lie. Because that's all they have in this case, is that Alec lied to them when he last saw them. And he shouldn't have.
All right, I think that will be
And he said,
okay.
"What a tangled web we weave once we start to deceive." And once he lied the first time, was stuck with
Crap,
the lie.
I think I gotta put a chunky glitter over here. There's no chunky glitters over here. How am I now? I think I lost it actually.
What was going through his mind?
It's still sticky,
wasn't
so
rational,
I can still
but he's
put
in
it
the
on there.
throes of an addiction, and he just found his wife and son murdered. And he's being interviewed. He'd been swiped for GSR, and he does think David Owen is the guy
Okay.
that investigated his friend.
All right, so this is what they look like right now. I'm going to encapsulate next.
And he was under investigation. He was being accused of obstructing the boating accident.
Oh, you did?
He's under investigation by SLED for that.
Can't wait to see what you do.
And he had all his skeletons in his closet. So he was wanting to get them away from him and looking for the real killer. The state in this case has gone to lengths trying to
All right, I'm debating ombre on my
you
thumb too.
show you that and without convince you of guilt, without showing.
I think I'm gonna put some glitter on my thumb too. I kind of want to. Although it was a pain to apply to my pinky, so maybe I will skip it and just leave it. Maybe I'll put.
Logical
Hmm.
thing imaginable, and there's no evidence of that.
I was gonna do maybe a shamrock, but the shamrock glitters are green, you know, so I don't even think it would be noticeable. Hmm.
They can't be excluded. Well,
Let me think.
They can't be included either. So
I have a
you know,
color in my
nothing more
world.
shotguns than you would have the day.
Oh, I think I have a Hypnotic Nails dip with gold shamrocks. Hold on.
Can't
I
include
think
them
this
according
is
to
it.
what we do
Oh,
now.
I
There's
do.
no blood, guts, brains on any of the guns that would have been there from the shooting under.
All right. I want to take out a couple of these gold shamrocks. I might use a couple.
I mean, they won't
Stealing from one.
because you own guns.
I love that about dips, though. You know what I mean? All right. So we got a few there.
I don't know what else to make of that. I don't know what else to make of that. When this trial began with opening statements on January 25th, Mr. Harpootlian asked why? Why would Alex execute his wife and son in cold blood? And here we are, 6 weeks later.
I am going to place a couple shamrocks, or at least one, on my thumb, and I might put one up on this green glitter too. I haven't decided yet.
To provide a satisfactory answer.
Actually, maybe I'll put this one down low near the free edge. I think I will.
Cannot provide an answer to this question because the answer is he would not. He would not, under any circumstances, murder those that meant the most to him. Your oath requires that you hold the state to the exacting standard of proof that the state must prove the defendant's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And when they rely solely on circumstantial evidence, these circumstances must be consistent with each other.
Okay. I think that will be cute.
Inclusively.
Maybe I'll move it off to the side a little more.
And if they merely portray the behavior of the defendant as suspicious, you must.
I'll leave that one there. And I want to see what one will look like up on here.
Circumstances don't point conclusively to Alex's guilt. Far from it. Mr. Waters wants you to believe that Alex slaughtered Maggie and Paul.
If it doesn't look good, I'll take it off. Let's see.
Change the story to fit the timeline and evidence. As it turns out, in fact, the state is the one that's been manipulating evidence to fit their theories of guilt, which changed over time from the date of these murders until yesterday. In the absence of forensic science, a reliable investigation.
Okay, it's not like super noticeable, but it's like actually kind of cute. I might stick another one on.
To make inferences about all sorts of interactions and behavior.
But I don't think I put any base down here. I don't know if it's going to stick.
The evidence through the diabolical monster lens that they have tried to paint. But the law requires you to view it through the lens of innocence, where none of these things, individually or taken together, conclusively to Alex's guilt.
I'm going to leave those there too. And then the little one there on the thumb. I like it. Cute.
Can't imagine how frustrating that must be. But soon.
There's one shamrock left, and I'm going to put it back in the jar rather than throw it away.
You can let everyone know that a court of law.
This dip here is from Hypnotic Nails. It's called Shamrock Emerald. It's a small and fine green glitter mix with gold holographic shamrocks in it. Really cool.
You can let the state know that they don't get to obtain an indictment by misleading a grand jury and then bring you before you a case built on theories, speculation.
I swear there's like hardly any green in this rainbow glitter, it seems. Okay, let's encapsulate. I'm wondering if I should use my glitter clear. Yeah, at least on the full glitter nails for sure.
On behalf of Alex, on behalf of Buster, on behalf of Maggie.
So this is my clear dip powder. It's like, you know, when I contaminate little bits of dip powder. Before I used to contaminate whole jars, but you know, whatever I contaminate goes in here. And it's good for encapsulating glitter nails because those little glitters aren't going to be noticeable on them, you know. And then you don't have to get rid of that contaminated clear. You can at least use it for something. What's going on? Oh, is the jury leaving, Mallory? What are they doing? Let me open up this airflow a little bit more so it doesn't whistle. There's a hair. Hold on. Stuck in my base.
So, Mr. Meadows, are you closing on behalf of the state? Do you have an estimated?
Oh, I think defense rested. So now the state will rebut the defense's closing arguments.
You ready to go?
Ha! The judge is like, "Are you ready to go?" And he goes, "I just need to go to the bathroom."
5-minute recess.
Okay, then. That was funny. So, court's on a 5-minute recess now. Michelle, are you working today?
For him, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely a nice touch for him at the end there. But now, what do you expect out of the state's rebuttal argument? I think the state is going to come out swinging, and the state is going to be like, okay, sled was messy, forensics are missing, but is it so egregious that a killer goes free?
Mm.
And I think they're going to continue to focus on the fact that he's a testifier, he's a testifier. They're going to say he's made 911 calls before. He's even assisted police in drawing a photograph, basically, a sketch.
Oh, where'd my lymph wipe go?
Shot him in the head when he knew it was his cousin. They're going to continue to show that he's a liar. He's lied before and he's lying now, and he shouldn't be trusted. And just because there was messy policing, you should not let him go free because he committed a homicide and a filicide. He lied about being there on site in the kennel, and that was for a reason. People who have no reason to lie don't lie. 2 people are dead. Make it make sense. Connect the dots. Circumstantial evidence or not, you have to make it make sense. He used the analogy of the rainstorm. Just because he
The other nails, I'm gonna use regular clear, I think. I'm gonna pour over this one though. It's still a little tacky, and I'm afraid I don't want to get glitter in this clear. Okay. So I'm going to close this one up, and now we'll use this Color My World Dips Clear to encapsulate the rest of the nails. Looks like I got a glitter sticking up. Us one of those small glitters managed to land and dry sticking up.
He did that to everyone, including the housekeeper's son, who worked for him for 20 years. He collected $4 million, and he still was so greedy, and it was so insatiable that he still lied about how much he collected. From quadriplegics he stole.
Yeah, no, I know you do, Michelle, but I was just wondering because you were talking about doing mayonnaise, that's all. Although you said last night. I wasn't thinking. I'm hungry. I wanted to eat before the live, but I didn't brush this off yet. But I didn't have time. It was like 10:53. These greens are great. Looks good. I can't wait to hear state's rebuttal once the defense rests. There's a glitter there. Get that out. All right. So quiet now without the TV going. Okay. Just patting it down. All right, that's good. Dust off, and then we can activate. I like the gold clovers in it. 4-leaf clovers or whatever, shamrocks. That's what they're called, right? In the evenings. Yeah, that's what, yeah. Makes sense. I think that's when Mallory mostly does her nails too, is in the evenings. That was already smooth, but even doing this, it like makes it even smoother. Nice. Wow. This green's so pretty. Love it. Chastity, you still here? So, Michelle, you have Lexi dips, right, to participate in the Lexi collab, if you can. I was saying, if it's coming back. I was saying, if anybody wants to participate in the collab on March 10th and doesn't have a Lexi dip, I'll be happy to send you guys some to use, something you like. You know what I mean? So I told Chastity to go to the Instagram page and look at the last few new releases and pick something from there. Very nice. That's smushed clear acrylic down here. Let's see if I can get it off so I don't have to file it later. Oh, the big chunk of it.
Take them with her. Gigi McKelvey was telling us earlier on the broadcast, it was a little embarrassing for everyone to watch this happen, embarrassing for her and for herself to have this go on. What do you make of all of that chaos? I mean, there's never a dull moment in the Murdoch trial. Really, it makes me believe that the jurors are going to take their job very seriously. Just the fact that, she talked to someone and that person reported the activity as being basically, and it was almost like tampering with the jury by a juror.
The jury talked to somebody, Mallory, it sounds like. One of the jurors got removed and replaced with an alternate this morning, you guys.
And the fact that she thought it was necessary to go out there, violate the judge's orders, be all gossipy about it, and basically someone turned her in and blew her spot. It was quite embarrassing. I was doing my makeup when I was listening to it in preparation for this segment, and I cringed and I said I would not want to be her. She really looks kind of creepy, just terrible. Like, it's so embarrassing for her. And then she's walking around, literally, I mean, it's like with eggs all over her right now. Well, Easter's coming, so maybe she's holding on and putting all her eggs in that basket, as they say. But I want to know, Marie, do you think that with her whispering around saying that she thinks Murdoch is innocent, is there a pulse to how the jury...
Wow, she was whispering around saying she thinks Murdoch is innocent. What? Please do not be like another OJ. I can't handle it. All right. So it definitely has a lot going on, but I really wanted to do something special for Together We Manny. I did, but I never posted it because I wasn't happy with how the pictures looked. The Tiffany set. You have a huge Luxie collection, but yet you're not on my list of customers or sales referrals. That hurts me, Michelle.
Well, at this point, Maureen, we've heard from the state, we've heard from the defense, and you think jurors have already made up their minds at this point? Honestly, I think they
But it's
have,
cool.
but I think on rebuttal, like I said, prosecutors need to continue focusing on his character, evidence that came in through motive, and just drive home the
Think it's been
point.
2 minutes yet, guys?
Two people are dead. Who did it? He was the only
I
one.
thought Court was coming back, but right now it's just like
And he had
commentating.
or not.
Mallory, you still here? Are you watching this or what?
They need to focus on the lies he told and just string him up with the same lies he told. Well, that leads me to my next question here. The defense presents Alex Murdaugh as a family man, but he lied for years to so many people, Marie. Do you think jurors may think, hey, he was lying to me? Absolutely, because at the end
You
of the
have,
day,
Michelle?
he came on board to say what a great
Do you buy under another name or something? Because I have a list of like everybody who's used my code. I have their name and their email. That's weird. And you definitely, that's weird. Well, thank you. I'm going to have to look into that further. I might even have to ask Heather. I don't think these are ready yet. Yeah, they're not. Whoopsie. I just got a little bit over here. It's not too bad.
Jury guy there. And they bring the jury.
I hope things pick back up for Christy. I personally I'm like surprised that people are even like starting tip businesses right now. I guess though, I mean, if like that's your dream, you know, and that's what you want to do, then you're gonna do it. But like, just as far as like, is it a wise business decision? I don't know that it is. Aw, all right. I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry. Now I feel like a jerk. I'm gonna look then because you know what I mean? Your name should be there. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Plus I always think of your name as Michelle Lotus. Yeah. So that could be why.
Ladies and gentlemen, the state gets an opportunity to do a rebuttal.
Did I tell you guys that Dominic wants to have his birthday party at the trampoline park? And it's more expensive on the weekends. It costs less during the week to do it.
Good afternoon.
I don't know. Friday nights are the same as weekend, though, you know. But now that he's in middle school, maybe like a Thursday at like 6 might be okay, like from 6 to 8 or something, you know, just to get the lower price. Because it's like upwards of $500 if you have like 12 kids, you know. And then like, I mean, that's like if you get like the most pizza, the most everything, you know what I mean? There's different size packages, different times the kids have to like bounce and play. You know, different amounts of food being included, things like that.
Your clerk, Lucille, has done an outstanding job bringing the world to Colleton County, bringing the world right here with the hospitality of grace, making everything as convenient as she can. But the one thing she didn't do.
Is this a state? Yeah. Okay, the
Give
state's
you a
back.
booklet on how to be a juror. 5.5 weeks ago, when y'all got here, 6 weeks ago. She didn't have that pamphlet for you.
I did a pretty sloppy job applying the green on my pinky. Remember, I told you guys when I did it. So I got like a mess around it. I gotta
You
clean it up.
have been preparing for this moment in this courtroom to decide this case your entire life.
All right. I don't know about that.
It's called living. It's
The
called
attorney just said you've been
experiences.
preparing
It's
for this
called
case in this
interacting with
courtroom
spouse,
your
children,
entire life.
neighbors, your coworkers, your good experiences, your bad experiences, evaluating people, and deciding what's credible, what's believable. It's true in every case I've ever tried in my 34 years of doing nothing but murder cases.
All right. I'm just kind of roughly cleaning up, you know, the edges and stuff for now.
Looked at this case the first time, I said to myself, this is a CSC case. Now, in our world, that means criminal sexual conduct. It's not a criminal sexual conduct case. This is a common sense case. And you didn't leave that common sense with you when you came here 6 weeks ago. It's with you now. It's been with you through the 6
How's the wedding
weeks.
planning going, Michelle?
Take it back into the jury.
Are you having a DJ or a band? What are you going to do for that? We did a DJ, which was easier, you know, and I'm sure less expensive. I can't remember exactly, but I don't even think we looked into a band. I think we just knew we wanted a DJ.
Fabricated evidence. Putting law enforcement on trial. I once called Mr. Harpootlian in their trial an automatic smoke screen machine. I think what the defense is doing in this case is more like.
Are you wearing a veil, Michelle?
On August 17th of 2017.
I know you're wearing a snowsuit, but are you going to have a veil?
And the bird started chirping, and you felt like it was dark, and then it cleared.
Yeah, I know, depending on the season, right?
That's what the defense is doing.
It's the email that's connected to the account that I get. It's not like I would never personally email any of them, but yeah, it's in the program, you know, that we all have access to.
That a family with a great-grandfather, a grandfather, a father, Mr. Randolph Murdoch, it was good to me when I was a young man prosecutor. He knew I wanted to do this as my job. He knew I cared about this job. This is the best job in the world. I tried to be solicitor 3 times before.
Whoops.
It doesn't get any better than this job. And I find it offensive that the defense, through the defendant, who was also a part-time solicitor, is claiming that law enforcement didn't do their job. Listen to me, please. Didn't do their job while he is withholding and obstructing justice by not saying,
Okay.
I was down at the kennels. I was down at the kennels. I was down at the kennels. And he's going to blame everybody else. Is that offensive? Is that offensive? Griffin said a minute ago, can you imagine coming up on the scene and seeing, can you imagine not telling law enforcement, lying that I was down there and I saw him, I was right there? Why wouldn't you tell them that? Maybe get some more evidence. Did you hear somebody? No, I wasn't even down there.
All right. I guess that's not too bad.
That really does something. Remember 6 weeks ago today when Mr. Waters' fantastic opening and talked about the red
That
carpet.
looks
The red carpet
good.
is something You know it when you see it. It's evidence you gather with one of your senses. You hear it, you feel it, you smell it, you touch it, and you come in here and tell witnesses, hey, this is what I heard, what I felt, what I smelled, what I touched. But you remember when he was describing circumstantial evidence? There was a storm that day coming.
You are wearing a veil?
August theme, the storm.
You hired 1,500 for the day? Well, you're having them all day? What time does your wedding start? I thought it was. What time is it starting? I don't even know that. I gotta be ready. I'm sure I won't be doing anything else, so I would love to like watch the ceremony, you know.
That's what happened in this case. Circumstantial evidence became direct evidence in many instances. This case is about two things. It's about being real.
And Michelle, what are you gonna change into after? I'm assuming you're not gonna wear the snowsuit to the reception part, right? So what are you changing into? You gotta dress for that.
Actually going off to college. Dealing with people and learning about people.
He must be a good DJ if it's $1,500.
But you just put in the front of that book, and I love my mom. Always be real. Always be real. This case is about that defendant never being real. And choices, which I'll get to it later.
Oh, you guys, Fran messaged me yesterday and said payday is next week for her, so could we do it next Friday instead? So I said, yeah, that's fine. So I think I will be live tomorrow. But then after all that conversation, I was looking at my calendar this morning and I have a doctor's appointment next Friday at 10:30 in the morning, which is the exact time she was going to come here. So I'm going to have to reschedule that again with her. But I do plan on doing a live tomorrow unless I just decide to take the day off, which I could. Who knows? I got to do another Manny later for Fairy Glamour still. They have a new collection releasing tomorrow. It's their Easter collection. It's called the Funny Bunny collection. So I'm actually Manny twinning with Allie. You guys know Allie from our group chat. So we'll be posting that tomorrow too. Plus this Manny.
Holly, Buster, stay where you are. You with your girlfriend? Up there in North Charlotte? Go. We got some people after us. That's what's real. Don't you go to the police station.
Okay.
And what else do you do too? You don't talk about being real. What do you do? No, I just love my mama. She's with Shelly. Get somebody over there. Get them over there. If these people are out here to kill us, get them over there. Go, please, take them right now. They're by themselves. I can't do that. That's what I took the guys. I can't tell them that. That's what's real. And he brings up the boat case right away. A year and a half previous.
This needs to definitely be smoothed out. It's bumpy.
He's thinking about that boat case.
This one too.
And right then, he's using it to throw off. Here's your first suspect. Does that make any sense? They have a hearing coming up. They're going to look into resolve this thing. Nobody's out there thinking about a boat case on a Monday night. Anybody upset about that? Think about all the facts that would have to happen. They'd have to know both, as Mr. Warder said, somebody in the boat case would have to know that they're both there. They'd have to know they were there. They'd have to know that Alex just wasn't there. Oh, no, wait a minute. That he was there, but just for a little bit and went back up to the house. And they'd have to come. You know what? We don't need a gun. There'll be guns there for us to use.
All right. So ceremony at noon. Party at the mountain till 5 in your snow outfit.
They'll have guns there for us. They'll have guns there for us. We can use them. Does that make any sense?
Wow. Is he going to the second location with you guys though too? Are you gonna have him at night too?
Let's talk about murder.
And I want to know about the dress
Murder
for
is
the
a intentional,
for the after party.
malicious killing of another living, breathing human being with malice aforethought. What's malice? Y'all know
Wow,
what
my
malice
wedding
is.
started at 6 and ended at midnight. It was pretty short compared to that.
You know how long this gotta exist?
Oh, okay, good. Well, that's a long time, but that's a lot of money, huh? Damn, I should be a DJ.
Pull another trigger. Pull another trigger.
All you gotta do is play music.
Pull
I
another trigger.
guess kind of be a little entertaining, right? You gotta talk.
Rarely
Are you guys gonna like? Are you gonna throw your bouquet? Are you gonna
It can be inferred with the
Is he gonna like take the garter off of your leg and throw that and stuff? You guys gonna do all that traditional stuff? We did.
Well, we don't have premeditation in this state. We don't have to prove premeditation. We don't have to prove motive. I think
We got married at a restaurant that has a banquet hall, so we had our wedding and reception in the same place. So it was like a big, huge room, you know, with plenty of tables, and then there was a dance floor, room for the DJ, you know, room for us to cut the cake and all that. And then they had nice grounds for photos.
I don't know, is that enough? We don't have to prove motive. We're certainly there. That's one explanation. But if he's down there and he's angry,
I had a feeling that yours was going to be not so traditional.
maybe forget about
Just from, I mean, the location gave it away, you know, that it was going to be something very unique. But that's perfect because that's like, you know, what you know, you're being true to you guys. I went with like, I did like everything you're supposed to do, I guess.
maybe he got angry. No.
But there's not much I would change about it, you know. It was a wonderful day.
Maybe he just lost it.
I remember the next morning, we stayed at a local hotel and then we left for our honeymoon the next day. And
He had to shoot her. All right.
we went to the hotel in our wedding clothes. I was in my gown and everything. And
That's why we say he did it.
I remember waking up the next morning, you know, we were looking at each other and like we couldn't stop smiling, you know, and like, oh my God, we're married now, you know. It just seems so surreal.
But our burden's only reasonable, man.
All right, I'm gonna do some smoothing to the nails that need it. This is a little bit bumpy over here, a little unevenness on the thumb. I just want to fix it.
2 shots to fall.
And then, of course, those glitter nails we need to smooth
First
too.
one we need to do it, the second one finishes them off.
This is the 180 sponge file I'm using to do this. It's nice and gentle.
1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots, maybe 5 shots, depending on whether this one's turning through. That's malicious. So if you find he killed him and you get the malice, I don't think there's any dispute to me about that it's a malicious killing. But I've got to go over that with you.
Good catch.
Malice
Sorry.
aforethought. And then the burden on us in this case, is in every case that's tried in this wonderful land of ours. That's why this is so great. I agree with you. Is beyond a reasonable doubt. We'll borrow all his words. It's not beyond all doubt. If that's the case, this courtroom wouldn't have been here as historically as long as it had. The law doesn't describe that. Listen to his honor. And I'm not playing up to him. He is the best. He's the law. Listen to him when he reads the law. Beyond a reasonable doubt. It's not beyond all doubt.
I just want to narrow down my side walls on my thumb, make it as skinny as possible because it is so wide. Yours was all outside, Tara? I'm excited to marry my best friend. That's how I felt too. Nick still is my best friend. Well, Kendra, but I mean, of course, you know, he's still a good friend.
You don't, or if you're firmly convinced of the defendant's guilt, you must find him. If, on the other hand, You're not friendly from me.
Let's move these. Nice.
He goes to
Okay, that's good.
He goes and you see the home store taking him up to the side. Over near
Tara, what months did you get married in the summer? I did. July 24th.
Submit to you that
But I'm pretty sure it rained earlier in the day.
nice paid job.
Ooh, I filed right through
When he
clear
came,
right there.
it was 9:30 at
All
night.
right.
Testimonies very unusual, very rare. Kind of funny is Miss Nixon, who testified earlier, we talked to her recently, didn't remember any of the conversation, but said she called and said he told him your dad's not doing well. Well, he didn't go there that afternoon. When he got the phone call, when his office is right near there. Go see him then. He didn't do that. He waited till 9:30. I don't know if anybody's got any folks who are suffering from Alzheimer's, but when they're asleep, they're tired. He wasn't going to love his mom. He wasn't going to be with her. He was going there because he loves Alex. He loves Alex. And he was going there to create his alibi. At 9:30 at night, you should come and see. And you remember, she said he called.
Have a little unevenness right here and near the free edge, and this sponge file doesn't really seem to be cutting it for that.
That's when he was going to hide to go.
Smooth it.
And the time frame over there is so important, not for how long he was from left to come back, but it's how long he was in there with Shelley. How long he was in there. Because that's when he was hiding the guns. The guns are missing though. He was hiding the guns. And what does Shelley
Okay.
say?
That's better.
15, 20 minutes. He left.
Inside feels good. Okay.
And later that week, later that week, I don't know which one in my mind right now, I'm so tired. But one of the days she came by, I think it was after the visitation, and he says, Shelley, you remember I was here about 35 or 40 minutes. Y'all remember looking at her up there on the thing? And she got visibly upset. I said, what's wrong? Ask her, what's wrong? What's wrong there? Was he there for 35, 40 minutes? Why are you upset?
Okay.
It's a good family. You think she knew right then? He's coming back to say, hey.
All right.
I'll see you 35
That looks
minutes.
good.
Shelley said, no. No, you weren't. So upset.
And shape this one yet, the free edge. Let's do that. August 27th,
That's real.
my oldest son's birthday. August 27th, 1996 is my oldest son's birthday. And my wedding date is July 24th, 2004. So 19 years this summer, you guys. Coming up on the big 2-0. That's insane. That's a long friggin' time. Can't believe I made it. Like we made it. We beat the odds so far, right? I think like our generation is trying a lot harder, and I think we're a lot more committed to marriage than like our parents were. At least my parents, like, and that whole generation, where divorce rates are so high because it was always an option. Like you can, split up. I don't know, like. I mean, in my mother's defense, I would have divorced my father too. He was a piece of shit. But, you know what I mean? Like, I just think people take it more seriously now.
Did they report you?
I think for a while people were like getting married with the whole idea like, well, if it doesn't work out, we just get divorced, you know, instead of,
Came back and got a copy.
no, this is for life. And when shit gets tough, you work through it, you know.
Went down and talked to her. And talked to her about her times, and ran times by her, and asked her if she'd ever seen anybody in this blue coat. They were worried about it. So that's great circumstantial evidence. It kind of morphs into direct evidence. I saw him coming at 6:30.
Of course, I mean, there, you know, sometimes you just, there's no coming together and divorce is the only option, you know. I'm not knocking anybody for getting a divorce.
Where'd he go?
You wouldn't marry Sean Chastity? Yes, you would.
Did you see it later?
Oh, really? It was going to be on Halloween? That would have been so perfect for you, Tara. 94? Wow. Is when you got married? You were young. Because I was 21 when I had my son in 96, and I was young. So you must have been, what, 19?
That they got in Kmart. That's not real. This is something else. Looked like that. I don't know what it was. He had it bundled up. Well, lo and behold, when we find out this information, we try to make a deal about.
I know I already went around these. I'm just trying to
Is it a traffic stop or an accident or something?
just perfect things, you know?
I forgot about this. You can't make it up. So they get a search warrant and they go search. And lo and behold, crumbled in the closet is a blue vinyl something where you pull it out and it's this jacket. You see how evidence of a fact and another fact that leads to the fact in question. I don't know why he put it in there. I don't know why he killed his wife and son.
There we go.
I don't have to say much. I think he did it to protect the one he loved the most. The one he really loved the most. So he could keep his lifestyle and not be embarrassed financially. And he wanted to keep going and loving Alex. I don't know why he kept that jacket. Maybe it was Solicitor Murdoch's jacket. Certainly consistent. It might have been in that truck. I think one of the family said he kept a lot of stuff in that truck. Might have been out in that something else. I don't know. But he brought it back in there and hid it. 6:30. Days after the killing. And what's inside? What's on the outside? There's a little bit. Gunshot here and there. What's on the inside? The inside. Minimum is 38 particles. You got so much.
All right, this now needs to be smoothed. He wouldn't marry me. LOL. He says he did it once. Oh, he's divorced. I know he's got kids, right? Or at least one. Oh my God, his dad was married 5 times. Wow, you were 18? So was he your high school sweetheart, Tara? Was he your high school boyfriend? Were you guys the same age, or is he older, younger? I'm 3.5 years older than Nick. So I'm gonna be 48 in July, and he turned 44 in December. Doesn't matter so much now, but back then he was 21. I was 24. He told me he lied though and told me he was 22. And then invited me to his birthday party. So right before the birthday party, he's like, I'm really only 21. He thought that if he said he was 21, that would be like too much of an age difference and I wouldn't go out with him.
Shelly making that up? How could she make that up? How could she know that Leah blew tarp in that closet? Same closet, same stairs, he went upstairs. We went upstairs. I can't explain the tarp on the chair. Don't have to. We can't answer every question. That doesn't mean it's not reasonable doubt.
Okay.
She saw a blue tarp light. It was in that closet. It's got gunshot residue on it. A few
There's
days
a
after.
little, like I said, some unevenness, so I just want to smooth that.
And that's consistent with every reasonable hypothesis. And you know the thing he told Shelley? The night when they were talking.
Okay. Nice.
You're getting married, aren't you? You remember her saying that? You getting married? If you need any money or help with it, let me know.
Okay, we're almost done, you guys.
It's incredible time. Oh, and your job, don't you work in school? You know, I got friends down there. Can help you over there if you need. I was there 35 years. Can you make up the sequence of facts that lead to the conclusion he's trying to get her to say? I was there longer. I wasn't outside longer.
There we go.
Blanca. Blanca loved Maggie. I didn't realize that really until I talked to her just a few times.
Oh, he's separated? Yeah.
Remember when I saw her?
Next year will be, wow, Tara, 30 years. And he's 5 years older? So how did you meet him, Tara? If he's 5 years older, I'm guessing you guys didn't go to school together. Chastity, doesn't Sean is Kaylee's not Sean's daughter, right? That's your daughter, right? Does he have other kids?
That kind of bothered about the clothes that were laid out. Some undergarments, which she knew she didn't wear. But Blanca's texting Maggie. Maggie's texting Blanca on June 7th.
Still some unevenness, even with that sponge file.
And she knew Maggie wanted to come. She wanted to come. That's good. She had working on that other stuff. He tried to say in here today, look, she was in Charleston. She was going back to other stuff. Remember the text of Blanca when I left the workers there? I guess it'll be okay. He had said, come. I want you to come. She didn't want to come.
There we go. That's a little better.
We also know that from her sister Mary, who had a little regret here today. Didn't hear much regret from her there. You know who regretted? Who was real Mary? I was pretty sure to go. She didn't want to go. They got the club. You know, it's like siblings. Jane, Marshall, James. I had to get my siblings on the record. We love each other. But she had that relationship. You know, we weren't close. We were getting closer as the kids got older. We were close. We talked. One of her best friends. And she told her, why don't you go on over there? She regretted that. But she killed her back. But that refutes his lie. Oh, she wanted to come. She wanted to come. That's what you wanted to come. Why?
There's still like a
Have you
couple
already
of
planned it
bumps.
out?
Haven't smoothed yet.
Was it
Trying to get them.
You didn't have to. We don't have to prove it yet.
Without filing into any glitters, you know.
Blanca's got the food ready.
There we go. That's much better. All right, good.
Stay on the real train for a minute. She goes home. Gets a call sometime that night.
Okay.
This is real. What she did when she hears. She drops the phone. You know that? Her husband had to get on the phone. She dropped the phone. Real emotion. Because she cared about Maggie. That's real. And you remember she described.
There we go. All right. Let's just use the ergo file. Almost done, guys. Whew. They're all really smooth, though. Still a little bumpiness to the middle now, but I'm afraid to go too much into it.
And they actually showed me the video of the
I
trip.
already filed through the clear. Maybe I'll just do a little more.
When did you change? When I saw you that night, you were wearing shorts. When did you change? And you remember what Alex said on that interview?
Okay.
When is
That seems
What
better.
exact time was that? And then he told
Seems
him the time.
good. Everything else is really smooth. So yay.
I guess I changed after that. Well, those are the clothes he was wearing when he murdered Maggie and Paul.
So now prosecution's doing the rebuttal to the defense's closing argument, you know. This is the last of it before they go deliberate. Well, not instructions, you know.
You know, this like that, you can't make it up. Sometimes Nick August, he comes to see you.
Please come back guilty.
You
Please,
remember
please,
that
please.
shirt when I left that day? I said, no. I mean, yes. It's a Benny Vine.
Patty, your 40th anniversary is in July? What's the date of yours? July what? Oh, all right, hold on. You got married in 2012. We eloped. The only ones he brought with us was one of his brothers and my sister, and we went to the beach. I already know all that. But they probably don't. So he just got out of the army, Tara says. He was friends with my cousin and brother. Oh, that's how you met him? Okay. Was it love at first sight, Tara?
Oh, sure. You know what? I forgot about Shelly.
Wow, Patty. July 27th? Huh. Only 3 days apart, huh? Our anniversaries. I'm sure we said that last year, too, but...
When Dave Owens and those
And probably the year before.
Those aren't spare shoes. He's changed his shoes again.
Kendra, when's your anniversary? Is yours in the summer, Kendra?
I think, is she making that up? Michael said, I've never seen the shoes before. When I got there the next morning, there was a t-shirt that looked like it'd been
I'm
pulled down,
thinking
fell
summer
forward.
just because I saw the pictures, or at least spring. I mean, you were wearing a strapless dress,
This is where he kept his shorts.
and you were at the ocean, so it must not have been that cold, you know.
She knows where the shorts are, where the shoes are. Do you remember the Sperry shoes? Yeah. Did you see those? Never saw them again.
Hi.
Never saw that shirt again that he was wearing in the video. Never saw it. And when he
I think maybe I should cap my free edges on both layers, you guys. When I top coat, cap the edges with both layers of zip top coat because I'm still having nails that chip. Although this hand's still doing good. But my right hand is the one I use more frequently, you know, so I think it needs extra protection.
And when we get there on the scene that night, you remember Laura? She's what? She's sitting in the back. David's in the front. Alex in the front. His lawyer's on the side. You know, something else I don't understand. Your wife and your son has been killed.
All right.
And you're worried about having a lawyer around you. I said, well, you know, just that.
Wow, I already feel ready to take a nap.
My wife and son have just been butchered.
Or I just need another coffee.
But they did. And that threatening, overbearing, cheating, manipulating. That's okay.
All right.
Put his hand on his shoulder.
Okay, I am going to clean the nails with some alcohol.
Is that rushing the judgment? I got a heart. Didn't rush the judgment.
Oh, it was love at first sight, huh? That's sweet. Your brother married July 28th? All right, Kendra, yours is September 25th. Okay.
You can check my phone. The alibis that he's created, that he's doing. He says, I went and ran. I got on my knees over here.
Mallory did a really cute mani with a pot of gold. I want to do one like that this year. Maybe like with a rainbow too.
And I tried to turn him over. Tried to check his pulse. Really? I went to Maggie, checked her pulse. And you can't do that in 20 seconds. He's now trying to say you can. You can't. And they've tried to change that. And he never did it. Because what did she say? What did Miss Rutland say?
Okay.
He was clean, he was clean, he was clean, he was clean. He washed up. Yeah, and you hear the water running in the dog's
This is what they look
You hear it.
like.
He washed up.
I'm going to activate.
And this phone, I tried to make a big deal about this phone that you saw, you do see right afterwards when we know he was down there. There's so
I
many
like the
magazines
mix
on it.
of glitters, the chunky with the small and fine glitter, rainbow. So the green chunky with the rainbow mix, you know. I like the gold shamrocks I added. I like this solid shade of green too. It is pretty similar to this one, not too off. This is a shimmer though. This is a solid. But this green solid from Crivel is Carnival costume from the Mardi Gras releases. And the green glitter, I love it. Love this green glitter. That's called Shamrock. And then the rainbow glitter is Sparkle and Company, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I put a little shamrock on the thumb. It's a cute mini. It's definitely different. It's got a lot going on, but I like it.
This is why I asked Miss Rutland. And they're bringing in drug use. If he did as many pills as he said, he'd be dead. You can't take that many pills. That's your common sense. But why I ask her this, I'm asking, I'm going to look at every one of y'all. Tell me what it was like in that car. You've got the video.
I wish I had a green nailfee sleeve that would match, you know, like a Kelly green or something, but I don't.
Yes. Well, they subject matter appropriate. Yes. If you understand him, he can understand you. Look, you sank it. He's opened the door.
I might do black.
Of course he was. Then why is that so important? He says.
Okay, I'm going to wipe off excess activator now.
Yes.
And then we're going to do our 2 layers of dip top coat.
He's in his right mind. I never went down there, Dave. I never went down there, Lord. I never went down there after supper. I stayed up. I took a nap. He goes from taking a nap from 6, 7.
Guys, I hope I changed. Did you guys notice on my page, I changed it from Tara Karen Antonuccio to the Daily Nail. So now it says the Daily Nail instead. I was able to do that. And then it's at Tara Loves to Dip. But I'm like, I hope this like eventually picks up a little bit because I'm not getting the views that I did on Instagram, you know, and I don't expect to, at least certainly not right away.
I had paranoid thoughts. Usually I take a deep breath.
But I'm trying to figure out like the easiest way for it like to like come up in people's feeds and stuff, you know.
And you continue until 627 days later when he took this
Ooh,
thing,
love this green.
the first time he'd ever
Like I said, I'm gonna count my edges.
He told his family, he told his friends, he told everybody, they believed him. I wasn't down there. Why is that so critical?
I wanted this glitter so bad. This Somewhere Over the Rainbow one. It was like a limited edition or something. So I ended up going to the buy sell trade groups, and I think I got the mini for $5.
And then it stops. Yes, that's what it happened. And then Maggie's phone.
And Sparkle and Company's minis are now what, $10? Maybe they're $9.50, but they're not
She's got
cheap.
some rings there she's putting back on. I think she's got 2 rings there, and she's putting on another in the top. Maybe they've been working in the kennel.
And I think a lot of it is because the ingredients that they use in their dips, you know, are like really high quality, like flakies and lots of beautiful shimmery dips and just, you know, always fancy.
And then you don't see anything else. You don't see anything else on the phone. So is that common sense? Yeah, that's when they were gone. Yes. Yes. When they interact so much. Yes. That's common sense.
Okay.
And that's why it's so important. You want to help law enforcement? You're in law enforcement? I was down there, y'all know what I was down there. I didn't take that nap as long as I did. Did you hear anything? Why would you not give that information? Okay, then the 10th, with his lawyer, Mr. Griffin,
All
in
right.
the car.
So I'll go through. We'll do our second layer,
Look at
right?
him. See, coherent. See
Try not to mess anything up.
See what's wrong? I want to help you. I want to help you. And then on the 15th, here's this video. Here's you in the tree. Now, Rutherford says he thought he heard you down there earlier. Well, I don't think so. I say you did. Think about it. That's just Rutherford's work. Does that make any sense?
I don't think Mallory's here right now, but yesterday, you guys know she has a lot of pets, right? She's got a dog, she's got a chinchilla, she's got a guinea pig, I believe. Anyway, she also had a cockatiel, and it passed away yesterday. And the weird thing was, yesterday morning, she was saying to me that she had this bad feeling that something was going to happen. And she said it happens to her like frequently, and that the last time it happened was when the China balloon thing happened. So we were hoping it would just be something like, I said, well, hopefully it won't be anybody that we know, or, you know, nothing, you know, serious or whatever. But, and then that went and happened.
They're putting these law enforcement on trial, talking about blood evidence, talking about other things that were presented to the grand jury, which you.
So I don't know if you guys want to let Mallory know you're sorry about her bird or whatever, you know. Feel free.
That's what you do in your prosecution. Didn't try to offer it. Now they're trying to put us on trial for doing our job. Think about that. Blame everybody else.
Okay.
We looked into this.
Just gotta do a second layer now on the
So
type.
now we're gonna blame them.
Yeah, all right. Let's do a second layer on the thumb.
They're now jamming us for doing our job. Jamming us for doing our job. All the evidence of the guns. His lies. All of that. The gunshot register. All of that.
Right.
And do we make mistakes? Yes. And that happens.
Too busy, you guys? It's okay if you think it is. I know there's definitely a lot going on, but I do still, even still, there's a lot going on. I think it works for the whole St. Patrick's Day theme. What do you guys think?
This is the state of South Carolina versus.
Let me know.
Not the state versus David Owens, not versus Slade. And I want to tell you something. Slade, Walterboro, Laura Rutland's working with David Owens.
Yeah, but I don't know how to like record videos and edit and then post like that. I just know how to do lives,
Rush to judgment.
and I don't really have any desire to do all that, you know, pre-record videos, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. I just want to do my lives. Like, I mean, I'll do live reviews.
Well, we've got some shell cases. By Maggie's body, out over there where y'all shot in the range, and some shots out there by the side of the house. The shell cases, they all came from the same, all cylinder in the same gun. You think if they didn't, they could find an expert to refute that, they would have. And Alex says, oh, really? So the gun was there. You see this reaction? They all came from the same gun on Maggie. Now, the other one, Mr. Griffin tried to argue. Yeah, it could have come from that shotgun. Don't know.
Yesterday, the prosecution took all day for their side of the closing arguments, and then the defense just took like what this morning for theirs.
But another assault rifle's missing. Will Loving comes from a fine family in Columbia, I can tell you that. Says we were
Just waiting on these to dry. I love this little glitter dip, the rainbow glitter dip. I think it's so cute, so pretty. I mean, literally could go with any color too, you know.
And lo and behold, the shell casing match.
All right. My daughter told me last night she'll be grabbing me a collection for Zule's nails because she wants her nails done with the glitter. $180 for 16 1-ounce containers. of glitters for what? To do for acrylics or put in dip or whatever. Holy crap. I never even heard of Zule.
I'll be a gun there. What is
You like it, Tara? Thank you. Oh, I just knocked over my vape. What's your husband's name, Tara? It's not Nick, is it? That would just be kind of weird. This vape has taken a beating, but it still works, so that's good.
Y'all too young. You ever watch Columbo? When I first looked at this case, this is an episode of Columbo.
Yeah, Tara, you like bling and busy man. Well, I don't want to say busy manies, but you don't mind the mixing and matching, I don't think, right?
And then you got to see him figure it out.
It's just me, you, and one other person here. It's probably Michelle, but she might be working. Or maybe it's Kendra, or maybe Patty.
But it got him. Within 20 seconds, he's texting
They might be dry, but I'm gonna give them another minute.
Is it common sense? He threw that phone out, called her, and threw it. Threw it.
Definitely went lighter on the glitter on my pinky than the ombre on my index, but
You throw it rough and
not a big deal. It still looks
What are
cute.
the chances is anything else? He almost had to bump into him. I almost had to bump into him. And you take this new story, I was down there.
I'm wearing my Pura Vida mood ring.
Go take a quick nap, come back.
I forget what blue/purple means, but sometimes, usually when I wear it, it's green, yellow, or blue, or purple. Those are the colors I typically get with it. But they also have a mood ring necklace, like a mood necklace, and the mood rings, and in different finishes and stuff. They're super cute. Reminds me of like my childhood, you know, the mood rings. I always liked them. So it's like the grown-up version of a mood ring. And don't forget, I have a discount code, 20% off at purevidabracelets.com, and it's Tara Antonuccio 20. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Get down, there's a light on, you can see.
Oh, it's Ray. Okay. That's my neighbor's name, Ray. One of them's Ray and the other one's Nick, like my husband.
He just takes off. Does that make any sense?
All right, we're probably dry.
Does it matter when he's rushing back? Yeah. I doubt he's ever killed 2 people before. So he's not thinking.
We're dry.
Frantic. Scott Maggie's phones.
What kind of cuticle oil do I put for St. Patrick's Day now, you guys? Mother Earth. Yes.
That's the only thing that makes sense. And what did he say about Paul's phone? I started to get, I didn't know I got it out, and then it kind of just popped out too. Does that make any sense? You gotta
Perfect oil for this one.
Somebody's credible one thing. How can you believe them on the ultimate issue?
I think, St. Patrick's Day is right near the beginning of spring. And April showers, May flowers, we get a lot of rain in spring. That's when you smell a lot of like the earth, after a rainstorm.
The 3 witnesses.
I love this oil. I like the natural smelling ones like that. I mean, I'm a sucker for good smelling things, and this smells good. It's not flowery, it's earthy, but it smells wonderful. And it's from Dip With Me. She's out of Denver, Colorado. And her oils are really reasonably priced. She sells the cuticle oil pens. She sells what she calls flights, which are small bottles of cuticle oil, dropper bottles. And then she also sells the 1 ounce bottles. And the 1 ounce bottles are only $10, you guys. She does free shipping on all orders over $15. And you can save 15% with code Tara15 at dipwith.me. That's the website. So I've oiled up both hands. This was the Dipnotic Mani from the other day. And then here is 2 days finished Mani. using Sparkling Company Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and then Cribal Nails Carnival costume and Shamrock. I love Shamrock. I think it's gorgeous. Great green. I'm like loving greens, loving them. These shades though, not that one like that sage green, like that Revel Thermal. That looked like shit on me. But I like these darker greens here. But I don't want it too dark either. It's got to be right in the middle. You can save a Cribal with code Tara15 in case I didn't say that. And I'll let you guys know tomorrow morning whether I'm going to go live or not. I probably will, but maybe I'll just take the day and just enjoy it the whole day to myself while Dominic's at school and just veg out or something. I don't know. We'll see. Hope you guys like the mani. I really like how it came out, and I can't wait to see your manis, those of you who are participating in Together We Mani collab tomorrow. Thanks for being here today. Okay. All right. Good to know, Tara. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good afternoon. Bye.
My daughter-in-law, been married about 3 months, one of the happiest days of my life. Just say what.